And ladies and gentlemen, my name is Arcane Static, and welcome back to another episode of Cooking for People as Lazy as Me. Today we are going to deal with 3 different ways to cook eggs using as few ingredients as possible. So here are the 3 types of eggs that we're going to be cooking. Well, let's get started, shall we? So let's take a look at what we're going to need for our egg dishes today. In the most basic one we're going to start with, you're going to need 1 egg, some butter or a butter substitute or like a cooking spray or something just to make your thing non-stick, and salt and pepper. Those are the 4 ingredients that we're going to need for the first one. That one's going to be for your fried egg. In Japanese they call it medamayaki, which literally just means fried eyeball. In the next one we're going to add 1 tablespoon of water, and that's going to be your basted egg, which is going to look a little bit more refined, as it were. Basted egg is very similar to poached egg, except for it takes way less time and is just as healthy, so we'll go with that one. And so that's for first one. And for the second one, instead of the water, we're going to throw in some bread. This one is going to be a little bit more of like a sort of breakfasty item, but you can really eat it whenever you feel like. This one is 1 slice of bread. And that one's for egg in a basket. So we're going to kind of maybe egg in a basket. So having buttered our pan up and got it all nice and melted up and covered the bottom of the pan so that there's no bits where the thing will stick, let's take our egg and we're gonna put it right in the pan. Just like that. I like to cover it for a little bit. This one is short, it doesn't take a lot of time. Ugh. The yolk on this one is super fat. Now, if you are the kind that likes to do it, then now would be a good time to take your egg, loosen it from the bottom so that you can shake it a bit around, and flip the egg over. If you are brave, like me, then you can try to flip it with the pan, like this. Now you'll see that you've got the nice brown texture on the bottom like this, which is good. It's the way that you want it if it's a fried egg. Now let's take our spatula, loosen him up from the bottom, just like that. Hopefully the yolk hasn't broken. And we'll just kind of slide him right onto a plate. Presto, you've got 1 fried egg. Salt and pepper to taste. Next up on the list, we're doing our basted egg. Fire's a little too hot, I think. Yeah, a little bit too hot there. So you got your pan all nice and buttered up. Here's where we're going to want our egg. I like to make 2 eggs with this one so that it covers more of the pan, but you drop your egg in just like a fried egg. But now you take your tablespoon of water, drop it right in with it, and cover it. This one you leave about 1 minute and 30 seconds, just don't even touch it. When it looks about like that, you can turn your heat off because it's finished. This guy will simply, now it's got a little bit of that extra water left, that's fine, that's because you put it in there. If you cook 2 eggs, the water cooks off a little bit faster, but from here you sort of just get ready to slide it onto a plate. Just like that. Presto! Basted egg. Salt and pepper to taste. So next thing up, for your egg in a basket, you're going to take your bread, and you're going to take a butter knife, and just kind of cut a little egg-shaped hole out of the middle of the bread. About like that-ish. Should be okay, like it doesn't have to be perfect or anything. And you just, well, I stuck it right in my mouth and couldn't talk. You just eat this bit. Now from here, we start it the same way. First is fire, on medium-ish. Next is butter. From now, take your bread and drop it into the pan. Now the butter is gonna help, like, infuse the bread with that flavor, but it's also going to make it so that the egg doesn't stick later on as well. So it has like a bunch of purposes to it. There we go. You can see how the butter is kind of soaked up into the bread and it's a little toasted around the outside edge. Now from here, just like before, got our egg. We're going to drop it into the middle here. Just like that. In this case, not only does the butter act as like a softener to the bread and as a flavor and as a nonstick, but it also helps to create a sort of seal around the bottom of the bread so that the egg just doesn't go blah under the bread. Here, this one will take a little bit longer. Let's cover it up. Here we go. Bop. I put maybe a little bit too much butter, but even so, that'll be a good thing to eat up right off the bat. Once you've flipped it over, you can let it cook for maybe another minute. Eggs don't need a lot of time to cook, which is nice. Let's turn this guy off. And we'll spatula him free. There we go. Let's turn him over real quick. And that's what it looks like. There we go. We've toasted both sides of this son of a bitch. Let's put him on a plate. And presto, here are your 3 different types of eggs. I like salt and pepper on my eggs. Anyone who doesn't like salt and pepper on their eggs is misinformed. Well, there we go. I've gotta get a better tripod. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so here are 3 types of eggs. We've got our fried egg, our basted egg, and our egg in a basket. All 3 of them are going to be super easy to cook. I mean, they take maybe 2 minutes-ish at most. Egg in a basket's going to take the longest because you have to toast the bread a little bit first. But I mean, they're super easy, they're good to eat, and they require almost no special ingredients. So, bon appetit. You notice that in my fried egg, the yolk is a little bit runny still, which is the way that I like it. But if you like your egg yolk more solid, you just cook it for another 30 seconds to a minute. Egg yolks don't take that long. That's fantastic. Oh no, I'm an egg and I've been shot and I'm now bleeding to death. Or something, I don't know, I was a screwed up kid. I needed the protein anyway today. But thank you very much for watching. If you like this video, please remember to like, share, and subscribe if you haven't already done so. You can also follow my socials, that's the Facebook and Twitter that are down in the description box. And if you feel so inclined, you can maybe take a look at that Patreon link and send me some support that direction. It would be super cool if you did. Well, heroes and heroines, thank you very much. I'm proud of you. See you next time.